Good morning to you. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Today, I want to show you how to teach your dog to do what I call the stand. Stand up upon command. Not a very difficult behavior to train. And today I'm going to show you a couple ways that I use it to train dogs and been doing it for many years. Now, of course, like any of these things I ever show you guys how to do, you can go online. I'm sure there's 50 million different techniques, 50 million ways to get your dog to stand. But this is how I've taught it for many years, and a couple things I'm going to point out here that I'm going to definitely recommend. So yesterday, of course, we worked on the sit command itself and talked about how we don't want to press too much on the back end here. Cattle dog, hop up here. Don't worry about that darn fly out here. Oh my gosh, you're supposed to be a cattle dog. You're not supposed to be worried about flies. Okay, so anyway, we talked about this area back here being really lit up here. Be very careful about pressing down here in the back end of a dog, pelvic girdle area here. A lot of high traffic, blood, nerves running right down this highway right here, running over here on the either side of your dog in the loin area. Very sensitive area. These animals were built to be very hardy in the front end because you got to think about the front end does most of the action. It does most of the dangerous work. It's the thing reaching out and grabbing something, striking something, running into something. Very hardy up here, not as many nerve endings in the front end as what we have back here in the back end. So you might run into a few things on training the stand that would be similar to pressing back here for the sit all the time. Okay, so first thing I do to kind of mitigate all that stuff there is number one, I put my dog on a platform. Why do I do that? Because I don't want a lot of moving around. When you're teaching the stand, I'm not teaching you to just walk over here or walk over there somewhere back over there. No, I want you to remain right here. Stand, stand. Platform really helps with that because it limits their movement. And the smaller the platform, just big enough that if they stand up, they can naturally, their natural width between their front paws and their back paws, just enough to fit on that box. Okay, and then the next thing I do is I give the command stand. A lot of people have gone up with some really funny, weird things. I've heard people say, "and." And I'm like, what's on? Like on, then and, then no, it's stand without an S on it. I go, wouldn't that be tond? But anyway, I'm not going to go there. I just use stand. And I make sure I enunciate it very clearly to the dog. And then after that, come on, Caldo. He knows I have a ball. And that's the next thing. You've got to motivate your dog to do a stand. I recommend that you start off with treats. For a lot of dogs, a captain, for whatever reason, the ball worked better for him. Try it out. See which one works the best for you and your dog. Okay, so now once we have the dog up here on the box, sit. I'm going to ask you to do the direct opposite because I want to show them how to do it. Take your line. Have the dog up here on a leash. When it's up here on the leash, what you're going to want to do is pull forward and a horizontal line path across the ground. Not vertically up because remember, if we lift the head, it makes the back end drop. If this dog was going to take off on his own, he would lean forward a little bit just like you would. You come out of a squat, you're going to lean forward a little bit and then step up, stand up, and go. So pull forward. So that will be the job of my right hand right here. I'm going to hold the leash or hold his collar right underneath, right on the center of Captain's chest. The left hand will not go on the top line of the dog, but just underneath, very sensitive area as well. So don't be pressing real heavy on that. Just enough to give a suggestive lift. So you got to do three things actually at the same time. You say your command, pull slightly forward with the right hand, lifting with the left hand. And of course you can flip the stuff all the way around and do it with whatever hands you want to. But it looks like this. Here we go. Ready, cow dog? Stand. I'm pulling forward. I lift up. And then once he's in the stand, be very careful because here's the next thing that most people want to do. Oh, good stand, good stand. They start running this hand down this top line, and beginning dogs will not be ready for that. The second you run this back here, what I want to do? I want to do a sit. So stay off the top line. Keep that hand underneath for just a second. You see where my left hand is, waving at you over here. It just kind of cradles underneath. You're not grabbing any important areas on an animal. You're just cradling underneath. Leaning forward with the right hand. And then if you use something like a ball with Captain, I held it here right in front of him, right in front. Don't hold it too high because again, the higher the head goes, the dog will naturally, stand, will naturally sit. I don't want that. So about right there, right there. You ready? Free. And then I let him have the ball. I'm going to kind of adjust this a little bit, make sure you guys can see it a little bit better here. There we go, slide over it this way some. All right, Cal Dog, we're going to do this again, buddy. Let's show it to him. Piece of cake here. Come on over here, buddy. Hup. Attaboy. Okay, on my box. Oh, look at him stand right off the bat. All right, stand. I'm going to go for it. If your dog hops up and stands, just tell him stand. But go ahead and do me a favor. Place that right hand where it's supposed to be. Get my left hand right there where it's supposed to be. And get him to stand absolutely still. Stand. And only after they're doing this. Don't make them stay up there very long. Probably about 10, 15 seconds for about your first 25 to 50 repetition. Then let them off. If you give a treat, again, be very careful about giving treats. I'm going to set that ball right there, precarious place. Do not come in too high. If you give the treat, give it low or give it mid-level with the dog's head. Free. I'm going to let Captain off the box. Attaboy, buddy. Good job. Okay, so again, come on over here, man. Hup. Stand. Attaboy. So now he's getting really used to that stand. Okay, so I've done my 25, my 50 repetition. Got my hand underneath here, as you're seeing here. Right hand's pulling on that leash. Might want to pull if you got a buckle collar on your dog or some sort of snap on the end of the leash. Don't have it on the top line. Have it underneath on the bottom line. Now, what do you do next? Okay, remember, what is the purpose of teaching the stand? Well, for most dog owners, it just comes in handy for grooming. Now you want to groom with your hands first, not with a brush. There could be a lot of associations with a brush. You get out one of those Furminators, and you might as well call it the Terminator for Captain. He hates that stinking thing, or used to, but I've used this technique right here to get him over it. But start with your hands and just run your hands along the side of the dog. On the side, stay on the side. Lightly back here, heavier up here. Heavy, 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 light, 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 light. And you see right there, that natural tendency to want to sit. So run the hands along the sides. Start to run it down the flanks, as you see me doing here. Left hand over here. You can't see that leg there, so I'll come over here. Run it down the flanks. There you go. Down those flanks. Right down to that leg. Captain's very particular about his tail, so I'm going to untuck it here. No. Stand, pull forward, lift. Attaboy. Doing a good job, buddy. Lift that tail out from underneath there. Yeah, I may have to brush that thing. May have to brush it, buddy. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Talk to them. Let them know. You're doing absolutely wonderful. This can be very confusing to a dog. Stand. Move. Pat along the side. Soothing, soothing. Down the legs. Down the other leg. Lift that tail out. There you go. There you go. Check the back end. Let them go. Free. Attaboy, Cal Dog. Get your ball, buddy. Get your ball. I tell you what, just the other day, Captain went potty, and he got what I call a Klingon. And I think you know what that means. That's when something didn't make it all the way out. And as it turns out, it was just hair, because he's always licking himself all the time. It was just hair dangling there out of the back end. If you need more proof, all you got to watch is your dog when there's something hanging off the back end, to prove my point about how sensitive that area is. I am telling you, total freak. He's done. You could give him any command you want to give him. I don't care how reliable he's supposed to be. That Klingon is what I call it, becomes the priority signal at that moment. And yeah, I'm going to tell you straight up, there's been more than a few times where it's been, okay, where's the closest leaf? Where's anything I can grab? And I got to grab it, and I got to pull it all the way out and get it out. And then he's back to immediately being Captain again. But that's how sensitive that back area is. Good Lord, you think that a powerful, strong dog like Captain would care less about that. So what? Man, you've seen him over this ball. He's fascinated over it. Look at it. I could put him to sleep with this ball. Yeah, you let a Klingon happen, it is over. Forget the darn ball. Just proves my point on how sensitive that area is. All right, one last time here. Come on, Cal Dog, let's do it, buddy. Over here on the side so they can see. Load up here, you go, stand. Good, again, let's do it from a sit. Sit, attaboy, good boy, buddy. Good job, good job. Got him in that sit there, got him all guided up here on the back end here. Again, light touches back here, not heavy touches back here. Now, left hand comes under. There it is, cradled. Right hand right here on that collar. Pull forward, say stand and lift. Stand. Make sure if your dog's on a box, give them a moment or two to balance themselves. You saw him searching back there. Where's the back of this box? I can't really see. I've got my front end going this end, and Brian's over here trying to get me to stand here, and I don't even know for sure, do I have anything to support me underneath? Once they determine that, now start to go to work. Good stand. Good stand, cattle dog. Love that tail, buddy. That's the nicest tail I've ever seen on a dog, I tell you what. Good stand. Touch all those areas there. Even lift a paw. There you go, buddy. I love that paw. Great paw. Good job, buddy. Let's lift this paw over here. Lift it up there. Lift it up. But trust me, man, you're not going to fall off my box. Gotcha. Work it. Work it. Work it. Work underneath here. And then slowly but surely, you start to pet a little bit more aggressively on the sides. And then eventually, you can go down that top line. Pay attention to what I put in yesterday's video. Get that brush out eventually. Start brushing your dog. Even work the front end. Let me see that paw right there. Good paw. That's a great looking paw. Let me see this paw here. We need to wipe that off. Yep, might have a burr in it. Check that out. Love a platform. Use a platform, people. Use a platform. Good boy. Good boy. And then when you're done, let them know you did well. Free cattle dog. Get your ball. Okay, a couple of little final things on this. When I say a platform, I like to start with a box. A box. But when you really want to get serious with this, any of you out there that are contemplating maybe showing your dog in conformation or any sort of competition that will require your dog to stack, and I mean you don't move. Yeah, I trained a dog named Batman many years ago, big, gigantic black Dane. I actually owned a black Dane that I named after that Batman, but this was a few decades ago. And this big fella, he was so gorgeous. He's an incredible dog, but the owners could not get him to stand still. Could not get him to stand still. Could not get him to stack. He just loved people too much. He just wiggled all over the place. And so they sent him to me. I started off just like this on, of course, as you can imagine, a bigger box. Put him on the box. Tell him to stand. Make sure you can hold that stand. Be all the things I'm telling you to do. Spend about 2 or 3 days working that. Slowly but surely, over the next couple of months, I trained him to stand on top of 2 tuna cans under each paw. Yeah, imagine that. You're about a 180-pound animal, and you are supported by a total of 8 tuna cans on the floor. When I finished that training, he stepped off those cans for the rest of his life. That was procedural memory. That was muscle memory. Boom. He didn't move. Not one muscle. Now that's an extreme. I got paid very well to do that. I spent a lot of time working with that dog. Developed a lot of my own skill sets in doing it, and definitely developed a whole bunch of patience, because that required the patience of Job. It certainly did. Be patient when you teach this, but again, let me go right down that line one last time, and then we're out of here. Make sure you use a platform. I cannot tell you, use a platform. It's certainly going to make your job a whole lot easier, and you will have a more solid stand as a result of it. Use a command, any command you want to. I use stand. Pull forward while lifting at the same time, just like so. At the same time. Lift. Lift gently, but like a cradle. Make a cradle with the lifting hand underneath. Gently, gently. If you have a dog that's a little bit snarky or snarly, like when you're trying to reach back there, at an arm's length. Now do it at an arm's length. Again, get over that little part there. I possibly might want to bite you if you touch me back there. You need to get past that before you really try and train to stand. Don't pet along the top line until the dog's ready for you to pet along the top line. How will you know that? Well, when you touch the top line and your dog sits automatically, oh, it's not ready for you to pet along the top line. Only when you can pet and pet aggressively on any part of that hind end area back there. Remember, never go over the same spot more than 5 times for any given moment there. Now you're ready to move on to your brush. Start off with an easy brush, really like a soft bristle brush, and then finally work your way up to, oh gosh, man, even if I mention that word Furminator to this guy, he hates that thing. Oh, that's a tough job there, but I do it about 4 or 5 times a year with him. Just got to get that undercoat out from underneath there. And then later, you can actually teach the stay. In fact, let me kind of just show that real quick. Come on, cow dog, up here. Hup. Stand. Stay. There you go. Good. Have him stay. Work that. Work it. Good boy. Come back alongside the dog. Run those hands by the dog. Get that tail out. Come on, buddy. Be confident. There you go. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Free. And again, use whatever works for your dog. If it's a treat, make it a good one. If it's a ball, make sure they love that ball. Make sure you can get it back. All right, guys, that's it for the stand. Piece of cake. Do me a favor. Work on this with your dog over the next couple of days if you've never trained it before. Send me a video. Gosh, I love a video. I do these videos for you. Send me one. I would like to see a couple dogs being made to stand. Love to see that. Make sure this stuff works, I'm telling you. And then if you're having any problems, if I see you doing something wrong, and you think, man, am I doing something wrong? Because it's not working. Send it to me. I'll take a look at it, and I'll be glad to, who knows, I may hop on ad hoc with you and go, okay, tell you what. Watch. See, got it? Watch what I'm doing. Do it. Sweet. Out of here. Bye. Love it. Love it. And if I don't do it, heck, I got my team. Joshua can do it. Jay can do it. I got tons of people around me that can definitely do it if I'm too busy and trying to help someone else out. Okay, that's it for Sunday. Enjoy your day. The sun's starting to come out here. So I put my hat on there. Got to watch out. I've had a couple bouts of skin cancer because I just love being outdoors all the time. Got to be careful with it. So make sure you get yourself a wild hat here and go out in that sun today when it pops out and enjoy your day. Make it a great training day. Be safe when you're out there around other people, and just keep plugging away. Remember, march on. Keep marching. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Cal Dog, let's do some more stand, buddy.